afternoon, Gemini. Welcome to Sin Concepts Tarot. My name is Cynthia, and today we are doing that timeless week ahead reading update for you. So what that means, Gemini, is that time of viewing this video, whether you are Sun, Moon, Venus, or Rising, well, something should resonate for you. So like you do is only focus on those things that actually do. Anything else, just leave it for another, all right? So you can see I'm shuffling up the Zodiac 108 deck today. We're going to pull you 3 cards out. These just give us extra definitions, persons, dates, and timings, events to help clarify the actual general reading we're going to do with the Graham Smith-Waite 1909, that original circular edition deck. I just need 3 cards here, and then we'll get started. Let me set that deck aside here. All right, Gemini, starting up with, oh, look at this. We got some Cancer energy coming out. Heart and home card coming here. This is about happy home, security, love, kindness, family, belonging, bliss, contentment, comfort, establishment, fulfillment, legacy, boundaries, affection, peace, your heart's desire, and longevity as well. Gemini, check this out. Changing. Yes, it is at this time the situation's in a whole state of flux. Anything could happen, Gemini. And finally, the third card is the empty nest. Moving on, no one home, cycle completion, emptiness, final endings, beginnings, the void, vacant, separation, making adjustments, lonely, new life, graduating. Oh my, look at that. On either end of the spectrum, there is something going on here from happy home to emptiness. So let's find out what's going on here. Let's grab that, like I said, the Graham Smith-Waite, the 1909 circular original deck. Let me get some shuffling done here a little bit here. I'm going to pull you 6 cards for the week ahead, Gemini. And what I normally do is pull 6 cards from this deck and then come back and clarify using that Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot deck. 3 cards for each of the 6. But first off, we're going to start out with 2 cards for the beginning of the week here, 2 cards for the middle, 2 cards for the end of the week. Get a general basic reading on these 6 cards, and then we'll come back and clarify a little more detail out of it. All right, start at the beginning. Oh my, look at this. It is the Karmic Wheel of Fortune, and it is turning in your favor. Look at that. That's the midlife cycle of that major arcana, hero's journey going on, and the Wheel of Karmic Debt or Fortune is flipping over, and you're getting on top of it. Look at you starting to relax there. Now, there is you moving past this indecision. You've been worried, concerned, you were making the wrong choice in the beginning of the week. But with this flip, it's progressing you forward. You can't make a wrong decision here. It's going to be a win-win no matter what, Gemini. So take that into account. And look, middle of the week, there's that unicorns and rainbows, the desire and dream card of the 10 of Cups. This is a completion card. This is that balance, blending of family and home and love and affection all coming together. It's just a wonderful abundance of compassion and love and affection. Now, the one thing I do note is that you got this King of Cups energy in reverse. Now, this is saying that, normally King of Cups is about water signs like Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy, but Gemini, with this in reverse, someone's not being too diplomatic here and not understanding. There's a lack of compassion and affection happening here in the middle of the week. So someone's holding back. They're not being diplomatic. They may be getting a little over emotional, letting the emotions overwhelm them. This masculine King of Cups energy characteristics could be within yourself, Gemini. You may have those in your natal chart. Could be another you're dealing with, and their emotions have overwhelmed them that they just cannot be diplomatic anymore. They're not understanding. They're lacking. They've been compassionate, affectionate, but they're just so overwhelmed emotionally. The emotions are just super high. As you can see, these messed up waters just flipped over that King of Cups. So there is something very emotional happening here, middle of the week here. Now, look at this. End of the week. Yeah, that Queen of Swords energy coming out, Gemini. Now, this could be you, and you're like, no. This is like a red flag to me. And you're like, well, you share with me. Don't just get emotional. Share with me is what you're saying, Gemini, at the end of the week. And you're trying to simplify. You're trying to reorganize things, get practical, get logical. And these emotions are a little bit overwhelming. You're attempting to understand, but at the same time, you're like, I got my sword right. Maybe I need to just cut this out, right? So you got that Queen of Swords energy coming out here, Gemini. And then look at this. At the end of the week, there is that Miss Independent or Mr. Independent. Take it as it is. 9 of Pentacles. This is empress, level stuff. She's very independent. The Nine of Pentacles as independence, freedom, savvy, and not codependent at all, able to take care of themselves. So you got this independence and freedom coming out possibly at the end of the week. So there, you can definitely see with the Zodiac 108 that preemptive clarification that we got that, 10 of Cups energy, everything happy and wonderful here. And then things flip around here, get over emotional, emotions run high, and you just, trying to look at things logically and practically, thinking, maybe I need to just cut this out and be a little more, have my freedom and independence here. So let's get a little more clarity and see what is going on, because things are changing this week. As we see, we got that changing card right there in the middle, and so anything could happen. So let's find out what's happening here for you. All right, starting out here, three cards to clarify that Wheel of Fortune, that karma thing. Yeah, look at that. So the karma is changing. Okay, so there is this strategy in place, or possibly a deception coming about, or was, because like I said, that changing is something's flipped. That karmic wheel's flipped, so deception strategy is changing. There is an imbalance, and you're needing to take time out to balance out things, create this fairness, and perhaps staying grounded at the same time, delving into some deeper emotions to draw upon and fill these cups. And these two cups are about commitment and dedication to another. So you haven't blocked your divine path, though. This isn't a roadblock. This isn't a detour. The path is still open there to your crowning glory. You can see that. But look at this. There's a line in the sand, and there's a lot of different little communications and thoughts and ideals that have been just put into the sand, and saying, this boundary, and you're afraid to move. You're afraid of getting hurt yourself. You're afraid of getting cut. You're afraid of hurting someone else. So you're like, you tied yourself, put a blindfold on, said, maybe we shouldn't face these emotions. And then blindfolded yourself, and you just tied yourself up in knots here. Now, Gemini, obviously, that Wheel of Fortune turning around. There's a decision needs to be made, because there's two swords missing at either end. If you remove your bondages that you put on yourself, you got that free will. Release yourself, pull off that blindfold, walk around either way, make a decision one way or another. You got to make a decision this week. If you don't, well, the universe does. It makes it for you, and it says no decision is a decision. You don't want either one, right? So right here, like I said, no decision is wrong. No option is necessarily bad. I know you're really worried and concerned you're going to make the wrong decision, but you're not. You're really not. Let's look at this. Yeah, boss energy coming up here. Take control of the situation here, Gemini. Be your own boss. Make those decisions. And I know it's sometimes hard, but pull upon that boss energy, that bravery, that courage, that Aries energy of this boss energy comes out, and take control of the situation. Now, could be uniting, coming together here. Look at that. When you take control of the situation, you're going to unite. Look at the celebration on the home front. Coming together, uniting, collaborating with others, working with others, collaborating is going to help connect and bring this all together for you. So you just got to make that, take control of the situation, make that decision moving forward. And then here for the 10 of Cups energy in the middle of the week, yeah, look at that. There is having faith, starting that new journey forward as you're completing there. It's win-win, is the best way is agree to disagree sometimes. You're not always going to 100% agree with another individual. There's different perspectives, different perceptions. So it's a win-win sometimes just to agree to disagree and have faith that things will work out. Cut that BS out. You don't have to, just be practical and logical here. Tap into it. And Gemini, you know how to be practical and logical. That is so you. So cut the BS out, simplify, organize, recognize the completeness, the wholeness, and abundance that you have in this dream and desire as you move forward, uniting together on the home front there. We got that. Now, King of Cups in reverse. We need a little more clarity. What's going on with that? Oh, yep. Oh, yeah, that is. All right, so Gemini, this is that energy coming out here. King of Cups in reverse is it's about that decision making you're making. You were concerned about illusions and delusions, and is it all fantasy, or is there reality happening here? And practical and logical, the good outcome, the goodwill of all involved is involved here. But there's this nostalgia, this reflections of past energy. And I think that past energy is what's creating this chaos, this drama that's kind of upturned the King of Cups energy. That, there's too much reflection on the past, and that practical and logical is just it created too much emotional overwhelming there. So yeah, use this. Do your due diligence. Research things. Research again. Then make that concise, clear decision. That is the best way. Don't get over emotional, like the King of Cups here in reverse. You want to stay precise, stay concise, and clear in your decision making here as you go in. And there's that Queen of Swords energy at the end of the week again. Like I said, simplifying, organization. Yeah, it's you may think if you're cutting something or someone out of your life that you're going to be all isolated, alone, left out in the code. That is not the truth. You're just, sometimes when you're just so narrowly focused on one pathway in front of you and you're watching your feet because you don't want to stumble, you completely ignore all the support and encouragement that is available to you all around you. You're just not being observant here, Gemini. Look at that right there. That considered to be like a church window. There is support and encouragement here for the asking. You just need to ask for it. Communicate. Look at this fast action, wand, communication, inspiration, motivational action card, a fast action card, developing here back and forth between you and another regarding acknowledgement, praise, moving forward. This is the Hero's Welcome card coming into play here. So definitely use the sword to simplify and cut things out of your life that don't matter. You're not going to be isolated alone. You need to communicate to others and move forward. Be proud of your accomplishments. Others are there to support and encourage you, just like this Hero's Welcome card shows. So you're doing that. And there's that Miss Independent card at the end of the week. Let's clarify that for you, Gemini. Oh, yeah, look at this. Overthinking, overanalyzing things. It's good to do your due diligence and research, but don't capture yourself getting fearful, worrying about the future, overthinking it, overanalyzing it, because that creates stress and anxiety, and that's gonna keep you all up in your head at night. You're gonna affect your health that way. That's what stress and anxiety do. The Hierophant is here as well. This is about there's steps and procedures traditionally that you go through, whether it's institutional, organizational, corporational, or within the family unit. There's a hierarchy level established. So map out your vision for the future. Where do you see yourself in that future hierarchy of, that's traditionally a step ladder moving up and progressing forward as you move forward. So you got the world in your hand here, Gemini, and anything's possible. Even you're not dependent on anybody. You can really map out your future and progress forward and get out of your head. Release those fears. All right, now let's go ahead and go over here to the Sacred Soul messages. We're going to grab you one Sacred Soul message and get a little more clarity on this reading. Yeah, definitely. Let's go over here. It does seem like we got endings and new beginnings happening here in your reading. I was just looking at that card there with that empty nest. But we have life is a balance of holding on and letting go. Indeed. You got to find that balance. You can't just instantly let go, and you can't just constantly hold on because that stopgaps you. So Gemini, stay steady, go with the flow, and just do the right thing. All right. Now let's move to the Spirit Message Oracle deck. We're going to grab you one Spirit Message for this week ahead, all right? And Gemini, your Spirit Message is find your center. It's all about that balance and centering coming up this week ahead. Your outside world, Gemini, is a reflection and a manifestation of what's going on inside you at this time. Yes, indeed. When the outside world becomes so hectic and actually stressful that your anxiety starts to overwhelm you, well, Gemini, this is an ideal moment to just simply stop and ask, when was the last time I actually checked in with myself? Indeed. You need to take time checking in yourself. Get out of your head. Don't overthink things, all right? Just center yourself, ground yourself, allow yourself to go with the flow of getting through this changing endings and new beginnings coming about. Now, I have pulled out the Shaman Dream Oracle deck today. I haven't used it in a while, and I just was drawn to it to use it today. So Gemini, you have Spirit of the River. Look at that. 5 is another changing numerologically. Let me pull the guidebook out here, Gemini. I believe someone else had gotten this. It was, yeah, indeed, it was Taurus who got that as well. Now, or maybe, yeah, Taurus, I think, got that. Spirit of the River, Gemini. Movement toward adventure, addiction to problems, even, as well as allowing and trusting the current is all coming into hand here. Now, the Spirit of the River invites you to step into the flow, Gemini, to stop swimming against or even avoiding the current. Allow those waters to carry you downstream, away from those eddies and those whirlpools. It's time to heed the call of a new adventure that's simply waiting for you. Now, Gemini, stop working on the problem for a little while. The issue is not what it seems. It is your addiction to fixing what has gone bad that is so consuming so much of your time. So work to create a greater good, and the bad will simply resolve itself on its own. There's nothing that you can accomplish with more efforting. As the situations in your life right now, Gemini, are subject to forces that are absolutely beyond your control. Recognize this. Simply step back, Gemini, and trust that flow. There's no loss of face or lack of honor or even integrity. It is simply the way things are at this moment. So when this card appears, Gemini, it's time to say yes to that next leg of your journey. Your life is like a river, inevitably, inexorably flowing to the sea, which is actually your divine destination. So, Gemini, be fearless and simply release yourself to that rushing water in the middle of the stream. Whatever it is you are holding on to, the feelings, the thoughts, the beliefs about how things are or how they should or could be, they can be fixed easily with the power of the Spirit of the River. Simply let go, enjoy that thrill of the ride, and all will be well. All right, I do hope something resonated for you here today, Gemini. We'll catch you next time. Bye.